I'm live. I'm live. How we doing this evening? We're up and running almost everywhere. Looks like LinkedIn is having a little struggles today. Let's get ourselves up and running. I'm trying to make sure all the streams are where they need to be. We should be on Facebook. We should be on Twitter. We should be on YouTube. Looks like LinkedIn is having some struggles. I'm going to remove it and then add it back over on LinkedIn. LinkedIn can be a little finicky. So let's add it back in and then see if we can add it to LinkedIn. Hey, Moon Crab. Hey, family. How we doing? I think LinkedIn is running now. We'll give all the platforms a chance to tell all the people. Tell the people that we're live. I'm live on YouTube. How y'all doing this evening? I was trying to find the Cleveland football game. Not that I can watch it right now anyway, because I'm here with y'all. But y'all know I'm from Cleveland. So I was trying to go see what Shador was doing, but I think they're up from what I understand. But we can't see it in Florida. I think you got to be living nearby or something like that. And it's not showing for us. So we can't see it right now. I'm live. I'm letting the platforms know, giving them all a chance to know that I'm live. I'm live. Where we are. Okay, let me make sure all my areas are showing good. Make sure I got all my spots and places. Hope everybody had a good trading week. My trading week was meh. OPEX week. Lord of mercy. Every time we get to OPEX week, I say I'm not going to trade OPEX week. And then next thing we know, I'm trading OPEX week. Say I'm not trading OPEX week. And then it's OPEX week. Right? Yeah. I'm learning the lesson. I definitely won't trade OPEX day again for sure. Because, yeah. Hey, Will, Pastor Will, how we doing? You watching the Eagles versus Dallas? Somebody go find Cleveland, please, so we can see how that's going. At least tell us, because we're not finding it. See what's going on there. Janae, remind us next time to make sure. Tell us on the day. Arlissa, you're not trading today. Like, just flat out tell me. Arlissa, you're not trading today. Don't even say, I thought you said you weren't trading. Just come right out and say, you're not trading today. Just come right out and say it. Don't even be nice to me. Just say it straight out. Look, sis, not today, okay? Not today. Because I actually told myself the Eagles are up 14-0 in Dallas, not missing anything. Okay. I want to know what the Browns is doing. What are the Browns doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening? It's evening now. It ain't even afternoon. It's evening now. Okay. Let's see what we had. What did last week look like? What did last week look like? And in the market on OPEX week, we got a long way to cover. We got a lot to cover today. I got to talk about copy trading. Today, we've got some interesting stuff to talk about with that. We want to make sure that we cover that. And I've got to cover some information, make sure folks get what they need to talk about that. And so I want to make sure that I get everything covered. And then, of course, at 6 o'clock, I got to meet with my folks, my regular membership folks, to make sure that we're good on that. Let me put this link into the comments to make sure we can see it there. Where are we? Where's my mouse? There we go. I want to make sure that we got the right link here so nobody gets lost on that. I'm putting it right into the comments. So if I got to grab it again, it's right here. The Browns are up 14-3. The Browns is up 14-3. Good. Okay, let me share my screen. The folks can see you, sir.
Tell them I'm spraying
He making sure that we keep that all the pests that aren't pesty, but they're not pests, we're gonna keep it that way. We make sure we don't have any pests.
Tell him I only charge $100 a month. I'll come to them.
Yeah, he said he only charge $100 a month. He'll come to you to make sure you don't have any either. Make sure we don't have any pests. Them, one of my neighbors was saying she was paying for pest control. And then when every so often she'd have to call the people to come, and they said basically she had to call them to come out. She was like, well, why am I paying every month for you to come only when I call you? What's the purpose? Hello? If I'm paying every month, you need to be showing up every month. She's like, I'm not paying you every month for you to come when I call. Yeah, I'm paying you every month to make sure I don't need to call. Hello? She was like, no, that is totally not the plan. Okay, so this is SPX last week. This is the daily chart. So this was Monday. This red over here was Monday. I can move it to the middle. That way we can see what's up. This was Monday, red day. We dipped down to a little bit of support down here to 66.17. Had a little teensy weensy pop. This Wednesday was when Wednesday afternoon is when NVIDIA had earnings. There was a huge gap up after NVIDIA earnings. Gapped up here, act like it was going somewhere and didn't. Dropped all day long. Ooh, it dropped all day long. This was a huge, massive drop on Thursday. Went from 67.38 down to 65.38. Actually went a little lower, 200-point drop after NVIDIA earnings. And then on Friday, which was OPEX day, had a nice little bounce up, but then pulled back off of that bounce. Even Friday was a lot. Thought it was going to go on up and try to do some coverage, but didn't, right? Opened up, dropped some, recovered that, and then ran up and then pulled back and closed on Friday at 66.02. Okay, that's what last week people was expecting NVIDIA to raise the market, and it gapped up, but that's all it did was gap up and went up just a taste and then pull back off of that even after the gap up. I'll also look at IWM, which is basically RUT, and what it did last week. There's big cap, small cap. All right. So Monday was a red day for IWM. IWM has pretty much been in a zone as well. So, right. Red day on Monday for IWM, gap down, refilled its gap down to about 231, filled that gap back up to 233, gapped up just a little bit and then pulled back off of that, still staying in that 233 range. Gapped up on Thursday, just like everything else did with NVIDIA earnings, and then pulled back all day long down to 229. Friday gapped up to 229 and some change, left a little bit of a gap behind. Let me go ahead and mark it since I'm here, because we trade IWM in these parts. IWM is our 1 DTE component. We like trading at 1 DTE because it's been, it kind of stays in an area. Doesn't move super fast or super hard. It's the small cap. No particular stock is heavy weighted, so it doesn't. It's not heavily affected by earnings per se. You can see that even with the NVIDIA thing, but the whole market dropped on Thursday, so this wasn't just one stock or whatever. It just basically dropped with everything else. But NVIDIA, but IWM is something that you can work with. We got an inside day for Friday, so now on Monday we'll have to see which way is IWM going to go. But IWM is a good candidate for daily trading. If you're trading IWM as a buyer up or down, it's a candidate for that because it has really good premiums. If you're a buyer, I'm not a buyer, but I have watched it as a buyer. But if you're trading as a seller, it also gives you some good opportunities as a seller. So we trade it as sellers. I trade it as a seller. I don't trade it as a buyer, but I've watched it enough to know that there are buying opportunities for IWM if you are a buyer. All right. So big cap, small cap, those are the two things that happened last week. OPEX was last week, like I said. Okay, so for our trades ideas last week, even in the midst of all of the movement that happened in OPEX, our trades list still went 7 out of 9 profitable trades. That's when, when you're dancing good. Today is Fibonacci Day, really? I didn't know that. Amazon and CVX, they didn't do well last week on put credit spreads. Amazon, they did the layoff and some other, in the midst of all this AI, they still struggling, right? But Amazon's a good solid company, so it may be a buying opportunity, right? I think it's ended like at 219 or something like that. I have absolutely no worries. Amazon is at 220 and some change. I have absolutely no worries that Amazon will recover. Okay, Amazon is so much more than just a products company. Amazon is a real estate company, in case you didn't know. Amazon, of course, is big into AI. It's in all the things. I would not, definitely wouldn't count Amazon out, even though it didn't. It had a pullback last week. Amazon is. I gotta do my bow and arrow dance. Actually, when I was doing my move, I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm not gonna do my dance, my bow and arrow dance. But yeah, Amazon totally is a buying opportunity. There was a fair value gap down here that basically Amazon went down and filled this fair value gap and then turned around and went back up. So it left a few fair value gaps behind, and it definitely, I'm sure, will go back and fill those because that's what prices do. That's what stocks do. So Amazon, again, I have no concern at all that it will go right on back up to where it was, which was what, 256 is its most recent high up here at 258. That it's now at 220, but no question in my mind that it'll go back up there. All right. So 7 out of 9, 78% win rate on the trades list from last week. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I got a new trades list. I won't talk about it right now. We got some stuff to do from last week before we get to the trades list for this coming week. But 78%, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yes, we will. All these other things, Google, IWM, Starbucks, SLI, XLI, all those were profitable for last week. All right. Coming into this week, this is Thanksgiving week. Sometimes lots of, we may have some low volume, but what's my mantra? What's my mantra? Trade what you see is the mantra, because there's been weeks or days I thought was going to be, and I would tell you it's going to be low volume, and you come in here and the price just goes chug, 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 and it keeps climbing. Even though it's low volume, price keeps climbing. So trade what you see every day, no matter how much low volume you think it's going to be. We came in at one time, thought it was going to be, what was that day? On Veterans Day, bond auction was closed and and that thing moved all day long, up, and up some more. And like, the was going to be a quiet, low volume day. It chugged up all day long, right on through some strikes, hours, right on through our strikes. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Okay. Let's look at what the calendar is talking about this week. Federal budget balance is tomorrow, is Monday. Tuesday, we've got core PPI data happening first thing in the morning. This is before market open. So watch if you're carrying over one DTEs, be careful here. HPI is on Tuesday, 9 o'clock. That's all before market opens. 10 o'clock pending home sales. Wednesday, we've got unemployment claims, 8:30 in the morning. Preliminary GDP, that's tentative, 9:45. Chicago PMI. We've got some PCE data. Thursday, the market is closed. Is the market closed Thursday and Friday? I see there's no data here. Is the market closed Thursday and Friday, or just Thursday? I'm not sharing my screen. Oh yeah, thank you, Janae. Thank you. Is the market closed Thursday and Friday, or just Thursday? I feel like I know this answer. Yep. The market is only closed on Thursday. Y'all know if y'all can see my calendar back here. You can't. We haven't talked about my calendar in a while. I might have to put my calendar out for 2026 too with the candlestick calendar. We hadn't talked about it in a while, but in the candlestick calendar, this month is the inside bar pattern. I hadn't talked about this in a while. But the inside bar is this month, and Thursday, November 27th, is Thanksgiving Day. That's the only day the market is closed. Oh, it says Friday's a half day. Okay, thank you, Vinod and Janae. Friday's a half day. Half day usually ends at like 1 o'clock. I think 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. That's usually what what happens. Yeah, let me get this back to a fuller screen. There we go. And then we can make it bigger. So Thursday, there's no meetings or any data Thursday and Friday. Friday's a half day, 1 or 2 o'clock usually is what we'll find out for sure, getting a little closer. But also definitely enjoy some time that's away from the screens if you can. Oh, it's impossible. Well, not impossible. It's just difficult to be away from our screens. When you get into this, into what we do, we know it's kind of hard to not be at these screens when you're doing what we do. But try to be away from these screens. Okay. Earnings coming up this week, kind of a nothing list of earnings. Okay, we got a few things. BioLine RX, America Air Sports, and We Ride is all Monday before open. Zoom is Monday after close. Pennant Park, Keysight, Agilent Technologies. That is the things I don't even recognize. Simtech. Zoom is probably the only one we recognize that I recognize. Tuesday mornings, Alibaba, Abercrombie and Fitch, Neo. We used to be all over that Neo, boy, not long ago. Well, a few years back. It was a while ago. Analog Devices, Cole, Best Buy, Burlington. That's all Tuesday morning. Dell is Tuesday after close. Clean Spark, that's Tuesday after close. Workday, Autodesk, HP, Urban Outfitters, that's all Tuesday after close. Wednesday morning, John Deere, and some Chinese ones, and Li, nothing Wednesday after close, nothing Thursday, and Chiji is Friday before the open. I've never heard of them. That's what we have for earnings coming up this week. Yes, but no, you're back already. You traveled and you made it back. Deborah says close Thursday, half a day on Friday. Coolie beans. Okay, let's look at what's our trades list for this week? I'll bring that back to the stage. Coming to the stage is the trades list for this week. Everything on this list this week is in neutral position. Generally, neutral position shows up when we were bullish and or bearish, and you're changing direction. We were bullish for a very long time. Now we're turning bearish as far as the trend. So the trend is kind of neutral-ish. And so we've got all 14 of these, which is 7 stocks, but I've got everybody's neutral. Nobody is clearly bullish or bearish. Everybody's neutral. Now, where you have to be careful here, 2 things you got to be careful here. Oh, he said came back last night. Great. Welcome back. Welcome back, buddy. You have to decide when are you putting on these trades. What I did with the strikes is for each one, even though I could have picked a little closer, I knew we were looking at both sides. I went a little bit out on both sides. I gave a little bit of room on both sides. So you're going to want to look to see if it goes down a bit on the put, goes down some, then you'll enter your put credit spread trade. And as it turns to go back up, then you enter your call credit spread, or the other way around. So you want to enter as it's going up, enter the call credit spread. As it's going down, enter the put credit spread. That way you're going to get decent premiums. If it just kind of hovers in the middle, then but you don't necessarily want to enter them like at the same time. You could, if you see that it's really just kind of hanging in the middle. But we got DIA, EFA, IWM, Triple Q SPY, all of the indices. You see how that's in there? All of the indices are in here. Workforce, WFC, and XLI. Okay, these are the 14 trades you can take. You can decide, I don't want to play both sides of, I don't want to do iron condor, I don't want to do both sides, I just want to pick one side and pick whichever one you want and just trade the bullish or just trade the bearish. You can decide, I don't want to do both, I just want to do one and go with that. Okay, this is what's going on for this week. So up to you. Enter them, again, trade what you see. Enter them on Monday. Remember, you got one day, you're not going to have anything. You're not going to have to fight any price action because the market's going to be closed. And Friday, you only got half a day. So things are going to end early on Friday. They're going to close early on Friday. So keep that in mind as you're entering. Again, mine are automating on Peakbot, peakbot.com, E2/E2T. If you want automation, that's what we're doing there. But this list, I don't know if I don't think I put this list on my social media. I will do that. And I will also send it to my email list. This hasn't been my focus this week. Y'all know we got other fish we're frying. I won't say bigger fish. We've got other fish that we're frying, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Okay. Let me see if I got anything else here that's next on the list to make sure that we are ready. Let's go from here. I want to go to the charts real quick, and then I will swing back to the copy trading. But I want to talk about what's coming up this week. I already mentioned a little bit that we may have a little bit of lower volume because of the fact that it's Thanksgiving week. But again, just because it's Thanksgiving week, we still trade what we see. There will most likely be lower volume, but we still trade what we see each and every day, right? We trade what we see each and every day. This is SPY. SPY closed as a failed 2 down. A failed 2 down is a bullish reversal. In case you're wondering, I'm a stratter. Y'all know I do the strat, which is why you see these numbers here. I do a failed 2 down. Okay, but Noah said expect a low volume week. Yes. Failed 2 down. We bumped right into this 100 and 200 period moving average. It bumped into these and bounced right off of them. This is as we dropped right down to these moving averages. This is definitely a potential turnaround. See, it rejected off of that 100 and 200 period moving average. May use that as a move up place. Okay, so a failed 2 down again is bullish. Maybe going back up some more from here. We have a 1 hour fair value gap just above here, which basically is an imbalance that is going to need to be filled and want to be filled up to 667. SPY closed on Friday at 659. Going up to 667 is about 8 points, right? It's about 8 points up from where it closed on Friday. All righty. That's where SPY is. My thoughts, again, I don't give investment advice, but I do expect there to be some more upwards movement from here. Just my thoughts. I don't give investment advice because I'm not an investment advisor. Triple Q is also a failed 2 down. Closed on Friday at 590. Has a fair value gap that's up all the way up to 605 from 602 to 605. Right. Again, bounced off of the 100 and 200 period moving average on the daily chart. We could potentially move on up some more from here in the same situation as SPY is. I would kind of anticipate there being some more upwards movement. We looked at IWM a second ago. It's an inside candle. Inside candles can go one way or the other. It did close at 235.60. Fair value gap is above it. It could potentially go back, but it left a gap below. So it could go back down and get that. It would have to drop from the 235 back down here to the 229 in order to get it. But the market does what the market wants to do. Okay. That's the way it goes. All right. That's the way it goes. So we trade what we see each and every day. We trade low, we trade light, we keep it tight. So that way, as I tell my folks, if you are trading a size, and if this trade goes completely left on you, you're going to be taken out. If you mentally are going to be blown out the water with this trade going left, then you are sized wrong. Okay? If this trade goes left and you're going to be mentally off the charts, off the script, you're sized inappropriately. When you enter a trade, you need to plan to walk away from this money. Hopefully you don't have to, but you need to know that the possibility is there. All right. There's a possibility that you're walking away from the money. All right. Let's talk about copy trading. If you follow me on any social media platform, if you're following me on, if you got email, if you got anything, you have seen me talking about copy trading. All right. Got some questions, Q&A. Now, this is where I want you, if you've got questions, I want you to put them into the platform that you're looking on. I'm also watching on Facebook so I can see if other questions pop up. I'm going to do a Zoom call early next week where I'm going to invite all the people who want to be invited to ask any more questions that you want to ask, but I'm going to answer some questions now that I think are questions people have had and are asking. But the link to sign up is up and running. The link to sign up is up and running. Okay. But I'm going to answer some questions now. If you've got questions, please put them here and then I'll answer them along the way. All righty. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. Okay. First question. What is copy trading? That's the main thing. People, what is this? What is copy trading? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay. Copy trading is where there's a lead trader. In this case, the lead trader is going to be me, who places trades in your account. And in your account, it places the exact same or very similar trade immediately following. You don't do anything, right? When I say a very close trade, of course, we're talking about time and the market is moving. So when I place a trade, the brokerage will try to do all those exact same trades, and it's going to get as close as it can to that exact same trade. Okay, so when it's going to immediately follow and do a very similar trade. It's going to move the money just a little bit, just till everybody can try to get filled. All right. Jackie says, I have zero experience trading. Is copy trading something you can do? Absolutely, because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing for you to do. All right. Jacqueline says, is this something I can do? Yes, you're going to do the steps and your account's going to do the same thing that I do. All right. You don't have to have any experience. You just are doing. It's almost the same thing as when you were doing, if you're doing your 401k. When you put your money in a 401k, you're basically asking someone to trade your money. You're saying, okay, here's my money, trade it for me. That's what the same thing as copy trading is doing, except for you don't have any real insight into what's being traded. With copy trading, you have insight into it. You can actually see what's being traded every day, and you still have full control over your platform. All right. You don't do anything when the copy trading. You don't do anything but open the account and you can look at it and see what's happening with the money. Question. Do I need to know how to do the trading? No, you don't. You don't need to do anything except be able to look at what's there. If you want to do, you can. You still maintain full control of your account. I am not taking over control of anybody's account. I am trading my account. I am trading my account. I'm not trading anybody's account but mine. I'm trading my money. And because you sign up to copy trade, you're saying, I'm going to copy what you're doing. That's all you're saying. I'm going to copy your answers. I'm not taking anybody's test. I'm just taking mine. And you're going to copy what I do. That's what's happening. I'm not taking over anybody's money. Peakbot is not taking over anybody's account. I'm going to place trades. I'm going to trade my money. And you are copying the same thing that I do. That's exactly what copy trading is. Okay. Jackie says the 401k helps her to understand. Cool. Vinod says, have you tried copy trading and seen how good the fields are? How many accounts can the bot handle? So, Tradier, this is not Tradier's first rodeo. Tradier was designed to do what we're doing here. Tradier has multiple partners. If you do any investigation into Tradier as a company, Tradier this is what they were designed to do. They built their company, they built their API to be able to do this kind of stuff. I won't say they weren't designed to be a regular broker but they were designed to be an electronics-based broker. They weren't designed to be like a full service Schwab kind of broker. They were designed to be in the electronic space. They wanted to be able to connect with people to do just exactly what we're doing right here. How many can the bot handle? I don't know that answer. That's a very good question. We can ask Tradier about that. But the fields, I have been shocked with how fast Tradier has filled my trades. I put a trade in, Tradier stuff feels like boom. It feels for me faster than anything I've experienced in Thinkorswim. Definitely faster than anything I've experienced on Robinhood. Okay. But it has filled so fast compared to Thinkorswim, it's remarkable. And I'm not even exaggerating. Y'all know how many trades we place, so y'all already know. But so I don't know how many the bot can handle, but I do know that it fills for me very quickly. And what will happen is when it places my trade, it will copy the others. And if it moves, if it's taking, time, it's going to move the $5 and the $5. It's going to try to get as close to the same price as mine as it can. And y'all know that even when we place trades and I put in an amount, that even if it goes $5, the price seems to still dance around the same price. Unless it's moving super fast, it generally comes back to the same place soon, right? So y'all do know how that goes, okay? Jackie said the 401k example really helps her to see it. Okay, good. Okay. I'm gonna get to that thing here in a minute. The minimum amount needs to be in the account to execute. I'll get there, Chris King. I'll get to that question. Okay. Okay, I'll get to that question about the bigger dollar amount. Okay, I'm gonna leave those questions here. That way, I'm gonna come to the questions. Keep putting your questions in the comments. I'll go through the slides, then I'll come back to the questions because the questions that you have may be in the slides. All right. Do you need to know how to trade? That's what my last question. Okay. Keep putting your questions in the comments. All right. What do I need to do? These are questions that people have asked me. What do I need to do? These are your steps. 1, you need to get the subscription from Peakbot. That's your first thing. Get subscribed on Peakbot. I gave you the link, and I'll put it again in the comments. It's there, but I'll put it's running along the bottom as well. Peakbot.com/educator-to-trader/. Okay, that's you need to get that first. Then after that, you're going to open your account at Tradier. After you sign up in Peakbot, Peakbot's going to send you an email that's going to tell you exactly what to do next. Okay. You're going to open your account at Tradier, and you're going to need to fund it with at least $3,000. It needs to be a margin account. So when you're going through the questions and everything, you need a margin account because we're doing a seller strategy. So you need a margin account. Okay. Now, Tradier says they're working with us to make sure that the people who are signing up with us are getting margin accounts, because this doesn't work without a margin account. They have to have margin accounts. And because you're copying, they're working with the person who's doing the copying, which is the person who knows how to work a margin. All right. So that's going with that. Okay. So third step, you need to connect Tradier with Peakbot. Okay. You okay? Okay. So you're going to get your subscription. You're going to open your account on Tradier, fund it, and we're going to give time for that, right? You sign up, you're going to have time for this, and then you're going to connect Tradier to Peakbot. All righty. Do I need to know how to do the trading? Do you need to know how to do anything with the trading? The answer is no. You will not do anything. You don't have to know how to do anything. The copy trading will work. Do you want to know how to work on your platform? You can. Yeah, you should. You know how to manipulate and work inside your platform? Absolutely. Your money is going to be there. Absolutely. Will you need to know how to do these trades? No, because I'm going to do that, and the copy is going to do there. But you still have full control of your platform. I want to make this very clear. I'm not taking over your platform. Okay? I'm trading SPX and IWM, period. I'm not taking over all your money. No, will have no control. I cannot take any of your money. I cannot put any of your money in there. I'm just going to trade the things I'm trading. Your account is going to copy the things that you have said, yes, I want to copy here. Okay, don't worry about, listen, the bot's going to go in there and take my money. No, this is not TV. The bot is not taking your money. Your account is going to copy the trades that you say you want it to copy. Okay. What stock and strategy are you trading? I'm going to trade credit spreads on SPX, 0 DTE, maybe some 1 DTE, probably very little, and maybe a little bit down the road. And I'm going to trade some IWM 1 DTE. That's where we're getting exposure to big cap and small cap, right? it's going to be on a small scale, especially while we're starting off, because I got a lot of people who are signing up who have, like Jacqueline says, have absolutely no clue. I realize that. And I'm completely aware that I have people who are signing up to copy trade who are completely new to this space. I am completely aware of that. Right. So I'm not going in here balling out. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing that for y'all. I'm not doing that for me. I'm not doing that for Peakbot. I'm not, because Peakbot is managing all of our customer service. I'm not doing that to them. I'm not doing that to me. I'm not doing that to y'all. Okay. But I'm going to trade credit spreads on SPX, which is what I do every day anyway. All right. I'm doing what we already do. And I'm going to do IWM on 1DTE. That's what I already do. And I may not even start that off at the beginning. Right. We're going to keep it simple, keep it straight. Right. And I'm going to do it on a small scale. So that way we can just get into some steady consistency. I'm going to get everybody, we're going to get comfortable with the whole process. All right. Can you see the trades? Absolutely. You still have full access, full insight into your broker. I'm trading my money and you can see what's going on there. Okay. Yes, you can maintain full access and control of your account. Copy trading is not taking over your account. It is only trading what I trade. Okay. I want to make this clear. I said it a couple times. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm trading my account. I'm trading my money. I'm trading my account only. You're signing up to copy what I do. First of all, I want to make more money. I want to win. I want to profit. I want to increase my profits. I don't want to lose. Will we lose some? Of course, because that's the nature of what we do. But I'm not trying to lose. I'm really trying to help us all win, but I'm trading just my money. I'm trading with the thought that y'all are with me, but I'm trading my money. So I want you to know that, I'm trading my money and I'm completely aware that you all are with me. So we're all in this together, but I'm trading my money. So I just know I don't want to lose my money either. All righty. Okay. This information right here that you see on the screen right now is on that same page, the website that I gave you, the peakbot.com/educator to trader. This information is right there. You can go and see it for yourself, but I took a clip of it. It's the strategy highlights. It's all the numbers and the data and all that good stuff. I took my data from this year, all of my 0DTE data from this year, and I gave it to them and they aggregated it up and gave us all these numbers. Okay. So if you want to, for the data people who want to see, do you know what you're doing? Yeah, a little bit. I do know what I'm doing. A little bit. It goes well most times. It goes well most times. Okay, so total returns, 31,000. Total returns percentage, average monthly return to date, annualized returns is all here. Win rate is there. Total wins, total losses, right? Average wins, average loss, largest win, largest loss, cash needed for this account. The strategy is all here. Our risk is going to be capped at $500, 0 DTE on the targeted expiration. Leverages the PDT hack. So we're going to use the PDT hack so nobody has to be using their day trades, not for my strategy. If you want to go in and do other stuff with your money, you can. You're not going to use day trades for what I'm going to do with it. That's not my plan. Okay. It's fully automated. Again, you're not going to have to do anything unless you decide you're going to override the bot. And you can. If I'm in a trade and you're like, I'm ready to go, and you can close any trade you want to. The copier will, when I close it, your trade will close too. But if you've already closed it, you can override the bot. You don't have to do the same thing. You can override it at any time. Typical cadence is 18 to 22 trades per month. The clusters, it says clusters may occur. Class and the cash and broker requirements is all there as well too. Okay. If you want to learn more about the strategy, how can you do that? You can go to my YouTube channel about credit spreads. I have a training course at educatortotrader.com. Or if you want to get the SPX playbook, you can get that. I teach credit spreads all the time. I have a full strategy training you can get, the credit spreads masterclass. You can learn it off my YouTube channel, or you can get the SPX playbook. All right. That's it. It's if you want to learn more about the strategy. Is copy trading replacing my membership? Because I got a lot of people in my membership. Is copy trading replacing that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is in addition to my option sellers membership. Okay. First of all, I am an educator. That is who I am. That's what I am. That's what I do. Copy trading is in addition to that. And the reason that is because I know there are people who have 9-to-5 jobs that are demanding, that don't have time to watch. There are people who say, I want to trade, but I don't have time for that. I don't necessarily want to learn, or I don't have the bandwidth to learn, but I still want to benefit. And or there are people who are saying, I'm learning how to do it, but I want to make money while I'm learning. I want those people. I got some people who say, I ain't trying to learn, Lissa. I just want to get the money. I'm cool with that. I got people who say, I want to learn it, but I want to get paid while I'm learning. I want to earn while I learn. I'm cool with that too. I'm fine with that too. But the membership will continue along with the copy trading. I got people who are in my membership who are saying, yep, some days I want to trade, but I don't want to have to do it for myself. I want to do it myself some and some with you. Or you can place the copy trade in Tradier and then get into your other broker and place them same trades at a bigger size. However you want to work this to your advantage. Maybe some days you're like, I'm just on vacation. I'm going to let the copy trader make all the money, or however we do. That's cool too. However you want to work this for your own personal life, let's do it. I'm still going to have the membership. I'm still going to run the membership the same. I'm still going to have alerts there. I'm still going to do training there. All the things are still going to be the same. I'm just adding copy trading to it. All right. This is not replacing that. All right. Now let me go and answer some questions. All right. I'm going to just a plain screen. So let me see the questions that I see here. Okay. Is the rate of, let me go active the question before this one. I'm going to show the question. That way I can see what's being said. If you're trading a larger dollar amount, how does the bot translate how much I'm trading? Okay, so on the subscription, you did see that you had the opportunity to do the singles, or you could do double, which means if I trade one, you would trade two, or you can have regular. If I trade one, you trade one. Okay. If you want to trade a bigger dollar amount, you'll need to duplicate that in the trade yourself. I'm trading most likely one contract for us to get up and running. Okay. I'm not going, we're starting with a minimum of $3,000. I don't plan on using $1,000. A minimum of $3,000. Let me clarify that. Even though we're starting with a minimum of $3,000, I don't plan on using $3,000 for us to trade with. I plan on using about $1,000 each day for us to trade with. And that is for a couple reasons. First is I want people to get comfortable with the amount of money that's being used each day. Second of all, I want to make sure if something goes awry in our trades, we got money to trade with the next day. So if we use all of our money on one day and something goes wrong on our trades, then we don't have money for subsequent days. I don't want that. I want us to always have money to trade with the next day. As I tell my folks, we always got to keep bullets in the chamber. So in case you need to shoot again, you need to have money that you need to have bullets to shoot with. Okay. So if you're trading I won't be trading a larger dollar amount. So you don't got to worry about that. All righty. Let's go to the next question. The next question says, is the rate of copy trading success significantly higher, lower, more or less the same any other type of trading? I don't know. It depends on the individual you're following. I mean, it really is compared to you. You can ask yourself, is somebody else trading better or higher or lower, whatever, compared to your own trading? It's kind of up to you. I think they can work together. If you think about, again, the 401k example or a mutual fund example, or I actually have copy trading happening in crypto. I've had it for years. I just put my money there and picked a couple copy traders and let them do it. I don't trade crypto like that. So somebody does it. I've had somebody else doing it for me because I don't trade crypto. So, but I wanted exposure to crypto. So I picked some copy traders and let it go. And it's always made money. It made better money than I was going to make because I wasn't trying to learn crypto like that. So it's better than what I was doing because I wasn't doing anything. So I say, yeah. So Vinod says, after I start with copy trade, if I want to put a hold on the copying for a few days, do I have the option to do that like a turn off switch? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You can always pause your copying. You're going to have control over that. But with Tradier, inside of PeakBot, when you're in PeakBot, it's a bot. And you can always pause the bot anytime you want to. You have control over it. You can say, okay, the bot ain't work. This part ain't working. Maybe I want to switch from SPX to IWM only or the other way around. But yes, you have control over the bot, whether you want it running or paused or however you want it. The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. You do have control over that. Okay. Perry says, do you have a growth curve of your money growth? We know you're good, but Uncle wants to see it to believe it. Okay. No, I don't. I gave you the data. You can look over the months. When you go to that data point on the website, I'm going to hide this and take you to the website. Okay. So if you're looking here, you're looking here on the website. Can you see it? No, wait, we can't see it. Hold on. Let me get you to the screen that you can see. If you go to the website where I sent you the PeakBot website and you go down here to the trades data, if you go down here to the trades data, this starts, if you go like a scroll to the bottom, it starts in January. And can you see this? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me see if this can get bigger. If I can get this screen bigger. There we go. Okay, everybody can see this here. If you scroll to the bottom, okay, not that big. If you scroll to the bottom here where it says trade data, you can see January and it goes from January all the way through February, March. It starts in January and goes till now. So if you want to scroll through here and be able to see how much I got better as time went on, even this year, you can see. I mean, in January, my numbers were like, I think I might have made $1,000 in January. I had a loss in February. I mean, I did all these numbers. I didn't do all these numbers, but that data is all aggregated. And then one time I got to September, October, it was a lot more in the thousands of dollars. But you can scroll through here and check it out for yourself. Okay. So the answer is yes. Do I have a growth curve? Do I have it in some kind of nice little graph? No, but you can look in here and see for yourself. You can see for yourself that the numbers changed and got different and got better. Okay. Let's go back to just me. So Deborah says, if we don't have the full $3,000, can I open the Tradier with half? Yes. Yes. That's a very good question. Can you open Tradier with what you have? Yes, you can. Open Tradier with what you have. Okay. So we want to, open there's a minimum. They really want you to have a minimum. We want to have a minimum of the $3,000 just because, mainly because your level of risk goes up much higher if you don't have as much money there. So I know how much I'm going to trade with, but if I'm trading with 1,000, right, and you got half, if that 1,000 goes away, then you're left with chinchy. You're not left with much. If you're trading with a different amount and we're trading with it, and it's just going to feel different. Okay. It's going to feel different. So I'm just, I'm telling you, I want to be as transparent as I can be. Y'all know me enough to know that I'm genuine and I don't blow smoke. Right. So get as close to that 3,000 as you can. All right. Definitely get close to 2. But definitely do what you can. All right. Do all that you can. You can start with what you got, but just know that that your level of risk goes up, or what you're putting, the less money you got in there, you got more risk on the table, because I'm gonna use a certain amount every day. Or I'm gonna use a certain amount every day, and I want to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're putting on the table. If you got 1,000 and I use 1,000 and I lose 1,000, all your money's gone. Of course, that plan is not we gonna lose 1,000. Of course, that's not the plan. But if that's all you got in there and it all goes away, you're gonna feel like I lost all my money. That's not what we want. So make sure, do what you can. Okay, do what you can. Do what you can. Is authorization needed for each trade, or does the bot automatically trade? The bot will automatically trade. Once you have given authorization to Tradier to trade, the bot will run every day until you stop it. Okay. Once you say I'm in, the bot's going to run every day until you say don't trade for me. All right. Good questions. These are really good questions. I like it. Will you have compounding growth, multiplying trade plan for us prospective millionaires? Perry, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to put okay, put you a plan out. I'm gonna put $50 a day on our profit thing, and you can put that into a thingy. I don't plan on putting together no growth multiplier trade plan. No, I don't. I'm gonna put one for me because I got a plan, but no, I don't. Okay. Which trader do we pick, Pro or Peoples? Pick Pro. We're going to use the Pro Plus. Oh, that's a good point. We're going to, part of one of the incentives that Tradier is giving, this is probably going to come in an email, but one of the incentives that Tradier is giving us is they're giving us the Pro Plus plan. We're getting the Pro Plus plan. Okay, so that's one of the incentives that Tradier is giving us is the Pro Plus plan, which gives us 10 cent. Yeah, gives us 10 cent options contract fees, and it's giving us our PDT hack way reduced because we got to use the PDT hack. But we're getting the Pro Plus plan. I should have put that in one of my slides. The Pro Plus plan. That should be in one of your emails that you get from Peakbot. Should say something about that. All right. Good question, Miss Marsha. Pro Plus is what we need. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. What do you do if you already have a Peakbot subscription? Would the subscription price be the same? Okay, good question. Good question. If you have a Peakbot subscription already, you are subscribing to something different. So you're subscribing to the bot or whatever. Now, if you want to translate that over to this, you can talk with Peakbot about moving it to this if you'd like. That's something you can talk to them about. But if you already have a subscription with Peakbot, that is for something else. Like I have the trend spread bot, right? You're doing it for something else. So if you want to do the copy trading, you're either adding on the copy trading because this is a different thing, or you're moving your subscription to this, right? This is in addition to what you're already using. So communicate with Peakbot about this subscription, okay? If you're already using Peakbot, communicate with them about this, all right? Okay, we got that. Peakbot aggregates and analyzes the trade. Yes, Peakbot is doing the analyzing all the data. That's who's analyzing the data. And we are very transparent. Ain't nobody trying to hide nothing. If it's good, it's good. And if it ain't, it ain't. All right. Peakbot from the very beginning has always been very transparent about their data. That was one of the things that impressed me about them when I first hooked up with Peakbot. Is they're not trying to hide nothing from you. If it ain't working, it just ain't working. And they're going to tell you this ain't looking all that great, right? And if it's working great, they're going to say this works good, right? We're just not trying to hide the back end data. If it's good, it's good, all right? Here we go. Do we need to be options level 3 approved? Yes, you do. You do. You need to be options level 3. Hey, Bonnie, you need to be options level 3 approved at Tradier like at Schwab. Yes. And when you go to apply at Tradier, go through the steps. They know we need to be options level 3 approved because this does not work without it. All right. You need to have your account and you need to be approved for options level 3 at Tradier. Yes. All right. All right. All right. Definitely so. Oh, BKB. Any more questions? Do we have any more questions? These have been some really good questions that we have asked and answered to get ourselves ready. Make sure, let me go grab the link one more time in case anybody is still dragging feet. Okay, now I already told y'all this deal is open until December the 1st, but we do have a limited number of spots. Don't be dragging feet. Okay, I'm going to give you room. I'm going to give you room. Janae, please respond to Rajiv and tell him that it's the same link we've been using every single week. Every single week. Okay. Let's go back. I want to go someplace before we close this off. This is the page. Let me take Bonnie off this screen. Yes, there are a full set of instructions to begin, Perry. There's a full set of instructions to begin. Nobody, and we're gonna give time for everybody to get where they need to be. Everything you need. First, go to Peakbot and get signed up, and then after that, you will get the email you need to get yourself onto the next step. All right. This is the website that I gave you the link to. $100 a month for life. Signing up now. If you want to double whatever I do, you want to double it, that's $200 a month. It tells you who I am in the middle, right? You won't miss a trade. It's going to, you're going to connect Tradier, select your stocks, and set your budget. That's happening there. It talks to you about the E2T bot. This gives you my background data. What am I going to trade for the strategy? And gives you a start now link. Okay. Nobody's going to get lost inside of that website. All righty. All righty. Okay. I think I have hit everything I was going to hit here. Let me swing back real quick in case we got people who were looking at the membership. In addition, membership, option seller zone, we do that. We're actually going to go from here. Those who are in the membership, I'm going over to there to do our weekly charting and training call. That's what we do every single week on Sunday. So for $200 a month, we double the exposure. Yes, sir. You get double the trades I take, double the profits I receive, and double the risk. So if we take losses, you get double the loss. Okay, you get double everything. Double everything. 3K, you still need the 3K minimum. 3K minimum still should be fine. All righty. Now, keep it in mind, if I'm talking about making $50 to $100 a day, you've already paid for your subscription in a couple days, couple trades. Couple days, couple trades, you pay for this subscription. Some people go like, I don't want to pay $100 a month. Well, you've two trades, 2 days, that's paid for. The rest of the month, money is yours. All right. Membership is on the screen. If you're interested in joining the membership, we're there with that. And we're still in our small account growth challenge. Yes. All right, Chris. Cool. Glad. Thanks for asking all the questions. I really appreciate you all for engaging with me and for even considering the opportunity of what's going on. I am still going to have a Zoom over the next couple of days to see if there's any more questions. People can ask their questions out loud. If they've got more questions, we're going to be able to have those answered. Okay. I think we're good here. I think I've said what I wanted to say as far as that goes, and I'm going to wrap up. I will be on YouTube Live in the morning as usual, 8:30 on Monday morning. That's what we do. That's what we do every Monday morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up, do all the stuff you're supposed to do on YouTube, and I will see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Y'all have a really good night. Don't forget to go over there and get signed up for copy trading. All right. Bye, everyone.